viable to be able to store it safely. We don't have to worry about it. So whatever we add has to keep it non-toxic or it ruins the point of using propane.
Right.
We have to know what the compound is like under pressure, because propane is under pressure when we store it, so it might change it a little bit. Then it has to be a color or something.
Yeah. Like to signify?
Be able to see when it's leaking, which,
Color or bubbles.
Yeah.
and has anybody drank Guinness Drought?
I've served it plenty of times.
Like in the can?
Yeah.
What-
No,
yeah.
in the bottom of it. Well, with the
Okay.
nitro or doing.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
nitrogen ball, so like, it's under pressure when it's not open, but as soon as you open it, and change the pressure, it bursts. So if there's a leak, that might mean the pressure changes suddenly,
Yeah.
which might, if we put a ball in there, it might burst it, adding the compound to the propane.
Right.
That way we don't have to worry about it too much, like under normal circumstances.
Right.
About, what's it called? Oh, the opposite of purifying, contaminating.
Right.
We don't have to worry about it contaminating the propane.
So are
When
you
it's in-
saying nitrogen or are you saying the
No,
idea? Because
the
I'm
idea.
thinking, I
No.
don't think that's a good idea.
No, no.
I don't know a lot, but.
The idea,
It's terrible.
the idea of having it not actually mixed with the propane normally, just when, figure out if a leak happens, if we could then add the compound.
Okay, yeah. So propane I found is an alkane, like you said, colorless, gaseous, liquefied by compression and cooling, and it's often mixed with hydrocarbons, for example, butane,
Yeah.
for lighters.
Then it also is, an odorant is usually added to
Right,
commercial
that's what
use.
you're saying, yeah. And for some reason it didn't say that when I looked it up, but there are other things that you
Yeah,
could
I-
Google.
I forget what the normal odorant normally
Yeah.
is.
You said it before.
Can looking at like one of these bottles and what it has in it help us?
I think it's just, I mean, we could, cause
Like see what
I
it
went
has
down
in it that
yeah.
maybe we can add to it?
I went down that rabbit hole and I think it's kind of just soap
Like
and
a-
water to detect. 'Cause-
Yeah, I guess it's just,
Yeah.
Yeah,
like, there's probably official chemicals that they list, but you
Right.
could do it at home, just
Yeah, like a home check.
liquid soap and water.
yeah.
But I thought you didn't do that. Or I seen a video where it said you couldn't or something like that.
I mean, it's an at-home,
I mean-
like, quick.
Like, I don't think
Mhm.
you could add it to liquid.
Oh, yeah,
propane.
no.
Yeah, DIY.
DIY.
DIY. Yeah, that.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I totally went down that rabbit hole for a long time trying to find something.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then, so basically what I did is I looked up what propane was and I basically just said what it is. And then I found an article that was on alkenes, which is what propane is one of.
Yeah.
And they're also known as the ethylene series, which I've never heard of, but we'll go with that.
Yeah.
And hopefully someday we'll figure out what that is.
Is there different series or?
I have no idea.
Good.
But
Maybe
it says
good.
that for alkenes, many reactions involve the cleavage of half the carbon-carbon double bond and subsequent formation of two single bonds, one to each of the adjacent carbon atoms. And I know that's a ton of stuff to say, but someday we'll also know what that means too.
Yeah.
And then the reactions include hydrogenation with the formation of an alkane and hydration with the formation of an alcohol. So those are the reactions, are hydrogenation and hydration,
Okay.
depending on what's being used. So I think that would be helpful to know.
Because all propane is what, C3H8?
So like, what was like your idea?
Yeah.
Like you said to put a ball in there?
Yeah, like, so the ball sits in there containing a compound, right? Then when the pressure rapidly
this
changes,
for you?
if there was a
Yeah.
leak,
Put the
Totally.
compound inside of the.
I mean, it's just so
yeah,
we know
so
what
when
we're.
the pressure rapidly changes, that when a leak happens, the ball would rupture, releasing the compound into the propane.
But without contaminating it.
Yeah, like it wouldn't,
Without making it so it doesn't work.
right?
pretty difficult.
I know, it's
Yeah.
hard. What do you think? You find anything?
I mean, I was just like looking up on Google Scholar, but it was just a bunch of articles I had to buy too. So and I was just gonna wait to get to go to the Kalinga library, like the actual one, to get those articles.
Yeah. EBSCO is free for us too.
EBSCO. Is that just like on the Canvas app or what?
No, go to the West Hills student.
Yeah.
Like log into your West
Wait,
Hills.
so do we all agree on Cole's idea, or do we have
We
different
We
ideas?
don't agree on it.
We're just brainstorming.
Yeah,
It's
just
like, I don't know that
brainstorming.
it's really about coming down to one specific idea yet.
Yeah, we
It's
might.
just trying to brainstorm what we've come
Yeah.
up with and what we researched.
Yeah, we might find something that we could just throw into a propane, like just a random liquid that we could throw into a propane tank. That works perfectly for what we need.
Right.
Yeah. But does it look good right now? No.
Yeah.
Like, so propane is just carbon and hydrogen,
Go.
right?
Yeah.
I think so.
Just go back. You're on Canvas, right? So
Did you
just go
find
back to
anything?
the
When you were
homepage
doing
for,
your
like, West
research?
Hills.
It's not my nose, you can tell.
Alright.
Yeah, just westhills.com. Sorry.
If you found anything different than what we. Cause
And
it's,
were you guys saving articles that you found, if you found any? Because that could be really helpful for posting our references later, yeah.
then we also have to take an account of how a propane tank actually works,
Right.
right? Because I believe, so my limited knowledge of propane tanks, so like you could try to release the gas from like just a normal propane tank and it shouldn't release because there's a safety mechanism until you attach a hose
Oh,
that
really?
releases
Huh,
it.
did not know that. That's cool though.
Should.
Oh.
I think. Pretty sure that's how most like barbecue propane tanks work.
But when it's leaky, doesn't it smell like weird?
Yeah, that's-
You can even see like the little flames, like not flames.
Like the
The-
squiggly, scientifically
Yeah.
speaking.
Yeah,
So
the
would you put
vapors.
something that's like, that shows you it's leaky before the smell, or?
Well, because they add, so propane itself doesn't smell. Like it's colorless and odorless. They add an odorant
Like the
in it to make it smell bad. So you know, hey, my propane tank is leaking, or hey, we're using propane. So.
I came across, I was only able to view the abstract of this, because again, it was gonna make me buy it, but,
Right.
there was, let's see, metal organic framework containing methyl viologen cations, exhibit reversible photochromic, thermochromic, and fluorescent changes via host-gas interactions, blah, 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 blah. Selective detection of oxygen by naked eye. So basically like color change really quickly. So I think that's kind of a good piece to consider it, because it did actually, the articles about propane, and then combining the metal organic framework that what the article is about.
Right.
So I feel like I was onto something, and then I couldn't go any further because
Yeah.
I'm like, well,
Yeah.
there was that.
Every time I
tried
look
to-
up something scientific, it's like, I
Yeah.
feel like I'm on something.
Yeah.
I don't know half these words, so I'm not sure.
And then I tried to even search that stuff like separately on EBSCO, and it just like, that's the article.
Right.
I'm not buying it though.
Yeah.
But, yeah, so I feel like,
The Kalinga like legit library, like the little cards are free. Do you know by any chance?
I think you should.
library cards?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think so.
yeah.
You just have to prove residency in Kalinga. I think I should probably go get one.
Yeah. But so you were saying before we were recording, you were talking about halogens.
Yeah,
and-
they when they're a gas, they have color. It's just that they're toxic
Right.
usually when they're in. So we found a way to make it non-toxic and still have the color by making it into a compound.
Right.
But I don't know
Yeah.
where to start with that.
Right.
Because what's it called? Like chlorine's naturally toxic, but add sodium, you get table salt.
Sodium chloride, yeah.
Yeah. which is one of the most delicious things ever.
So I guess it's trying to figure out too, do we want to go with like a metalloid?
Yeah,
Or
like-
do we want to mix like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, just start mixing stuff.
Let's just start hypothetically.
Yeah, there has to be a website that you can just put random elements together.
Yeah,
And
without
have it.
making things explode.
Yeah,
In real
like, oh,
life.
We could have seen something like
if you
that.
add these two things, you're gonna get this.
Yeah.
Which, there has to be.
You
If
know,
not,
Toxifier or something.
if not, we should abandon this project and just create that website.
That's right. That's our project, Dr. Henry.
Hear that, Dr. Henry? Don't worry.
So, alright.
Yeah. And if Bentley.
I'm free the whole day, so.
Yeah, we know that we have, and I'm sure he's gonna go over this project again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because we're
Like-
just building a basis, you know. Like
Yeah, just get us thinking about, okay, we have to do something to this propane tank.
Yeah.
I like his idea.
That is a cool concept.
But
a
that's,
good-
yeah,
like we're on to something.
but that
maybe.
deals with mechanical features.
Yeah.
It's not just chemical.
Right.
You have to rely on mechanical things, which the propane tanks might need a specialized nozzle
Right.
for that to work, which is not really our project. So.
And that turns into something else.
Yeah, then we have to figure out
So we have to bring a
nozzles.
model or just?
No, I don't think it's
God, I
maybe
hope
like,
not.
in theory, I
Yeah.
don't
Yeah.
think that he's gonna have us playing with propane, but who knows? I mean, maybe in class, like, I don't know.
Yeah, I'm
Maybe
definitely-
he'll do something like
Yeah.
that or something.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna get like a list of questions and ask him.
Yeah, like he's
on
gonna know
Monday or
what's
Wednesday.
toxic and like what's a bad
Yeah,
idea to
like,
mix with.
hey, we're just gonna add a bunch of this one element and see what happens.
Good luck.
Yeah. Alright.
Fine.
Yeah.
I brought, for a better understanding, I printed this out and it has a definition of a compound and also examples of compounds. That way we can get a better idea.
We know what we're kind of doing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like
because-
where to start our
Yeah,
foundation.
because we can't just look at a periodic table and just start
Combine stuff,
throwing
yeah.
stuff together yet.
Yeah. Right.
So,
You were saying,
like in a propane tank, there is butane. There's propane. Feel like there's one other.
There is something else
It's
in there.
ethanol or methane. It's one of those, I think.
Oh yeah, that was the one that we were talking about, and it didn't
Last
list
time.
it in what I found, but
Yeah.
typically,
One of those. Then an odorant, which is something.
I kind of dug deeper into the lithium thing, and I almost think now that it might not work,
Right.
but like there are things that say that, like it says it's highly reactive, because it's part of group 1 alkaline metals.
Right. It
But then
wants
it
to
was-
get
yeah.
rid of that electron.
But at the same time, like it's not like under room temperature, it's fine. Like it doesn't react with oxygen at room temperature, so that's good.
Yeah.
And it does react with most acids, so maybe we could have like some kind of an acid in there and make a color, to make it a compound.
Yeah. I think we definitely need to focus on the fact that propane is just carbon and hydrogen. So that's all propane is.
Right.
So if we take a look at what we could do with that knowledge, like
Yeah.
what that's gonna react to.
I was kind of wondering what, I started to search aluminum or aluminum oxide. And it came up with that it's stable when it's exposed to oxygen, so that's maybe another thing that we could dabble into.
Yeah. Mhm.
That's really all I found. I mean,
Sure.
there's more in depth
Yeah.
about. The reason of concern for lithium is it's potentially explosive when exposed to air. And I was like, okay,
Yeah.
well, so that's why I started searching.
Yeah,
aluminum.
because lithium batteries, you're not allowed to take them to a plane if they're a certain size. because
Right.
They explode.
Yeah, the whole Samsung issue.
Yeah, well, that's good. Definitely, next time we meet, we should each come with like a bunch of questions
Yeah.
that we need to answer.
For sure.